I'm going to throw just some very thin, watery paint. It's kind of a grayish blue. It's got a bit of the greens that made up the dragon in the first place mixed in with the paint. So it's kind of all of that. That keeps me from suddenly introducing a color that just absolutely doesn't appear to belong. And this is considered a bit of a glaze, and this painting technique that I'm using is not particularly made for that. But I just felt like I disunified it a little bit. Had some stuff that didn't appear to belong together. So glazing it over some bits, and use my rag to mop that up. I don't need it to be dark. I need it to be transparent. I want all those other colors in light and dark to show through. I just want to pull the color together. So I'm not lightening it, I'm not darkening it. I'm cinching the color up so that it goes together. And now I'm going to start to do the end a bit. Which is, I'm going to start adding some white highlights. Possibly for this, I really ought to be getting a smaller brush. Here's one, I think. If I can figure out how to get into the package. How do I get in there? Alright, here's some brand new buttons. Oh, and there's a package inside a package. Gosh darn it. Won't let me in. Alright. That's embarrassing. I've grabbed the tiniest brush that I've got out of there. And I've added some water into my white because it's starting to dry up and get gloppy and loopy. And that can be useful when you're doing gloppy, gloopy painting, but when you're trying to finish and do some fine details, you want some fine. You don't want to paint the teeth just bright white. You're gonna have some color. At this point, I'm actually very much back to the drawing part of the artwork. I'm not, in a way, I'm not painting at this point. In a way, I'm drawing, but I'm drawing with white on a darkened surface instead of drawing, with a black pen on a white surface. So, just highlighting some details. I'm putting white on his head because that's the most important part. This is a less important part. I want you to kind of ignore that except to follow it as a shape. And then you've got some white down here that shows you've come forward a bit. And so we're almost done. See you in a bit.